I want to take a few minutes to talk about the differences in the instrument clusters from 1970 to 1976 for the Duster, Scamp, and Valiant. And this information includes the 72 to 76 darts as well. Physically, these clusters all interchange, and the gauges are all pretty much the same, very little difference. The difference is down here in this area. From 1970 to the midpoint of 1972, this area here, there is no hole, no extra hole for the seatbelt light, so that any gauge cluster you see without this is the early one. From the midpoint of 72 to approximately the midpoint of 74, the clusters all look like this one. They have the seatbelt light there under the fuel. Then after that, I'll show you the next one. This is the cluster that you're going to see from the midpoint of 74 all the way up to the end in 76. They have the two holes, one for the seatbelt and one for the EGR. And again, completely identical physically on the outside. Now, one bonus that you might find, it doesn't happen very often, is first of all, all those clusters from 70 to 76 all had this wood grain look to them. But there was one cluster in 76 that was different looking. And that is this one. This is a cluster from a 1976 Brome. Now, you can see it doesn't have the wood grain. It actually kind of has this black camera case kind of finish. And personally, I kind of like that. I never was a fan of the wood grain, but this actually doesn't look too bad. So if you find one of these in your travels, you might want to scoop it up. It was only available on the fancy editions of the Dart and the Valiant. And they aren't very common. I can't say I've come across them very often. But if you do find them, I think they look better than the wood grain, other than the fact that you have your two extra holes. But you can use those for shift lights or other stuff, be creative. So there you have it. At a quick glance, you can decipher which cluster you're looking at. Basically have the three scenarios. No hole, that's 70 to December of 71. One hole seatbelt light, that is mid 72 to mid 74. And then two holes is mid 74 to 76. And if you happen to scope out one of these with the camera grain, you've got yourself a nice looking cluster. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you come again for more Mopar features.